Hello everybody, this is Gretchen Heidel on Facebook Live tonight. Welcome if you are just joining. It is Monday night date. I'm here every Monday night on Facebook, and today is August 17th. And we're going to be talking about this week ahead. I'm Gretchen Heidel, astrologer, psychic medium, dating and relationship coach, life coach, and I'm so glad that you're joining me. So we're going to be talking about this week ahead. We have a lot of stuff coming up. We have a new moon coming in Leo, and we're just entering Virgo season. We have like 1 week left of Leo season, or what we call Leo season, and then we're going to be moving into Virgo season this week. So this is a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. So welcome if you're just joining live here tonight on Facebook, or if you're watching the replay on Facebook, or if you're watching the replay on YouTube. You can go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like and share. And I love that everybody's joining. Welcome if you're just joining. Say hi, and also please post your astrological sign. I love to hear what everybody's sign is. And it is interesting. We often have a lot of people that are like the same sign that are like signing on at the same time. So welcome. Yes, Lauren, Virgo season, and Ashley Jean, welcome, Virgo. She's a Virgo too. My mom's a Virgo. Almir, welcome. Lauren. So hi everybody that is just joining. So I'm going to jump right into it. We have Leo season coming, and that's going to be on Tuesday the 18th. Doreen is joining, and she's a Cancer, so welcome. And so on the 18th, tomorrow on Tuesday, 10:42 p.m. Eastern time, so earlier than that if you're on the West Coast, 7:42 p.m. if you're California time, Pacific Standard Time. We are going to be experiencing this new moon in Leo. And so new moons are basically where the sun and the moon are in the same sign, okay? Full moons are opposite sign, new moons are the same sign. And it's going to be 26 degrees Leo. So towards the end of Leo, if you were born towards the end of Leo, this will be right up in your birthday and in your astrological chart. So 26 degrees because we're almost out of Leo season. So it's taking place at the end of Leo. So if this is your birthday week, you're very lucky because you have a new moon giving you lots of good infusion of that Leo energy. Leo's a fire sign and a fixed sign. So if you're also a fire sign, so Aries or Sagittarius, you'll be definitely feeling this as well if you're obviously a Leo. And then if you're also a fixed sign, so if you're a Leo or an Aquarius or a Taurus or a Scorpio, you will be feeling this astrological energy. All the fixed signs will be affected by this as well. Especially if you're Aquarius, because Aquarius, that's going to be in your opposite sign, so you might not be feeling quite as good during this new moon, because the moon will almost be acting for you guys almost like it's a full moon in Aquarius, because the sun and the moon are going to oppose all of your Aquarius stuff. So if you're in Aquarius, this new moon might not be as fun for you. But new moons usually are fun, and they're exciting. So boy, we have a lot of people coming on. Corbin's still a Scorpio. Corbin, I wonder what your rising and your moon sign are. Hi Iris, welcome. Miss Aries, Ashley Jean, North Node in Aries. You've been feeling this Mars planet going retrograde. It's not quite retrograde yet. We'll be talking about that. That's going to be on retrograde on 9/9. Mars and Aries will be retrograde. Mirror, Taurus, Moon in Cancer, Sagittarius rising. Lauren said Virgo, but you're not biased or anything about Virgo season. That's awesome. And hey, Tammy Brown, welcome. So if you guys are just joining, please go ahead and post your astrological sign. I love that everybody's signing on and watching the broadcast. So we have a lot of energy that's happening. So last week, I don't know if you guys remember, that was basically the week of blockages, obstacles, delays. I don't know, did anybody experience those blockages, obstacles, delays last week? Because it was a doozy. And we also had Mars squaring Pluto last week too, which is like a lot of contention. So there was obstacles, and then there was some contentious energy last week. So I don't know if anybody experienced that. So go ahead and type below if you did. But it was just like a week of maybe blockages, frustrations, it was funny, like, I did my broadcast, people watched, and I still had people texting me like, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? And all this stuff. And I was like, just because, I mean, I told y'all. So those squares, yes, those squares, you felt them so hard, Ashley Jane said. Corbin said you don't know. Okay, that's all right. No worries. That you have to learn one day. It would be good. Astro.com is a good free thing that it will just show you. Danielle, hey Danielle, you will be jacked up your moons in Taurus. Yeah, you might be, because it's a fixed sign. So all the fixed signs especially are feeling this particular new moon. And Stephen, Libra, I miss you, Stephen. Welcome. So Naomi, welcome. Boy, we have a lot of people coming on. Lori May said definite blockages. Jenny said a few obstacles, definite conflicted moments, but ever changing. Oh, this 2020 is ever changing, right? I mean, it's just been kind of crazy. Gwen, hey, Capricorn Sun, Monica said so many trials last week. So yeah, there's so many trials going on and blockages and frustration. So that was last week. So this week is not the same energy, which is good. Okay, it's not the blockages energy, but there's a lot, and especially in the beginning of the week. So yesterday on Sunday, the 16th, today on Monday, the 17th, and then tomorrow on Tuesday, the 18th. So in the beginning part of the week, we have a conjunction with not only the sun and the moon, during the new moon time, but it's going to be the sun, the moon, and Mercury. Okay, so this particular new moon is going to be piled up with Mercury as well. And then all of those are going to be forming a positive, what's called a trine to Mars in Aries. So if any of you guys have a lot of fire signs in your chart, you'll definitely be feeling all of this energy. So Mercury is going to be also forming a sextile with Uranus. Okay, so Mercury, it's almost like a mini Mercury retrograde right now. I always tell people, even when Mercury is positively aspected, it still acts up. You know, you will still feel a lot of communication stuff. Well, you know, it's heavy sort of conversations right now. You know, it's fire energy, which is good. Fire energy is something that, you know, is about passion and initiation, fiery. It can be, you know, aggression and fire as well. It can be a little passionate, especially in the communication department for sure. And it's a lot. It's a lot of fire. So, fire is interesting, you know, it can go good or it can go bad, you know. I mean, my mother has been talking about the fires a lot in Colorado. In fact, they're kind of like, they're not in her town, but they're sort of like all around her town, and there's a lot of smoke and heavy duty fires in Colorado. Last I'd heard over 50,000 acres had burned, but it's way more than that now because that was last week. And so there's a lot of fire energy going on right now. It is hot, it is the summer, it is August, you know, all that stuff, but we're having very little rain and we have a lot of fire energy going on. Now, fire is interesting because, you know, out of all the elements, fire needs the most maintenance. So I'm in Aries. I'm not throwing stones at glass houses here. And I'm in Aries with Leo rising. So I'm a double fire, and I have Sagittarius in my chart. So technically I have a grand fire trine in my chart. And so I like to jokingly say I can be a little high maintenance, I guess. And so think about the elements, right? Like water and earth and air. You don't have to tend air. I mean, air is just air. I mean, yeah, air can be badass and it can like be a tornado. But it's just air. You don't have to tend air, but you have to tend a fire. You have to either add more logs or you have to like take away. Fire needs air. If there's no air, fire, you know, diminishes. If there's too much water, fire will go away. You know, so fire is an interesting element in the fact that it needs the right place, the right time, the right conditions, okay, to be able to do sort of different things. And Uranus is lightning. It's interesting. Lori said that lightning strikes causing wildfires in California and combined with 100-degree weather, right? So, I mean, California, Lori is also suffering from these fires. So, it's a lot of fire sign energy right now. Now, next week we are going to get into more of the Virgo energy, but right now I'm focusing on the fire energy of Leo because we have the sun, Mercury, and now the moon is going to all be in Leo during this new moon tomorrow. So we're going to be like extra. This is all extra. And the sun is our ego. Okay, Leo, by the way, is ruled by the sun. That's why it's said that Leos can sometimes be a little bit egotistical, okay, because doesn't everything revolve around the sun? And then you have Mercury, which is how you think and talk and communicate, your brain activity, but also how you speak, how you write, how you orate and get your point across and all that stuff. That's your communication. And then the moon is how you feel inside. And so all of that is going to be taking place in the sign of Leo. And Leo is the performer, you know, loud and proud. I mean, even my shy Leos, you know, are usually pushed to the front of the class, like, go ahead and perform, go ahead, step up, go ahead and do whatever it is you need to do. And so Leos are definitely associated with performers, with being entrepreneurs and bosses, owning their own businesses, liking to be in charge. But also, let's talk about one thing that we don't talk about enough, I feel. And Leo is associated with children and play. And so how do you entertain yourself? How do you play? How do you do your things? Now, with COVID happening and a pandemic that's going on, how do you play? I mean, because it's a little hard right now to play. And so, but this is the challenge that, you know, we're downloading our play. And so we need to remember to have a childlike and an open heart. Leo is associated with the heart, the literal human heart, and the spinal cord. Okay. So, you know, it's about being open-hearted, big-hearted, you know, and when Leo's shadow side is present, so shadow means when Leo is not as its best self, its highest and truest best self, Leo can definitely be shut down from the heart, or like, you know, feeling hurt or discarded or nobody loves me, or you know, all of that type of stuff. I mean, it's about not being open-hearted. It's about being close-hearted. So if you are a person that has Leo or some heart chakra lessons that are coming up for you right now about your heart, you want to really look at your anatomical heart, but you want to look at your metaphoric heart too, because you know, when we have a happy heart, you know, we feel open-hearted and big-hearted, and so that's a Leo theme, if you will. So we want to check in with our heart, see how's our heart doing, you know, how's our heart chakra doing. The heart chakra is associated with the color of green and also pink. Okay, so it has two colors associated with the heart chakra, green and pink, and it's all about loving. It's loving and playing with an open heart. If you think of a child, right? You know, children play, open-hearted children, you know, they can play with an open heart, big heart, play like a child. I had a pink rose quartz here I was going to show you, and I misplaced it, I think. But, you know, pink rose quartz is wonderful. I have one on. I should just show you that. I have a pink rose quartz bracelet that is... it has a symbol of the lotus flower hanging from it, but also this is strawberry quartz as well. It's not quite as common as the rose quartz up here, but this is strawberry quartz. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's not quite as common as the rose quartz. But this is a heart. I wore this today because it's a heart chakra bracelet, and so I'm connecting with my heart chakra. So how can you be more loving, caring, compassionate, not just to other people, but to yourself? Because I always say it starts with the self, you know, I mean, all of that stuff. So we have 35 people watching at one time here on a live broadcast, which is awesome on a Monday night. So thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are awesome. So, Lauren said Mercury and Leo too. Oh, nice. Yeah, Danielle said, oh, the COVID. Yeah, the COVID. I always say that. Lauren said there are so many ways to play. Zoom, paint, draw, movies, backbends help. As far as I happen to know that Danielle is really into yoga and doing backbends. Anybody have any heart opening suggestions that you guys like to do? Lisa, hey, Leo sun. Oh, we're talking a lot about you, Leo sun there. And Nettie, hi, Leo as well. So if anybody has heart opening chakra, geranium as far as essential oils go, that pertains to the heart chakra. And again, playing and loving, I like to do a meditation about just feeling love and feeling wholeness and oneness, and just sort of connecting to that heart chakra. That's great for this new moon, where the sun, the moon, and Mercury are all going to be lined up together in Leo, which is pretty exciting. Now I want to talk about what happened today on Monday, because we're going to be feeling this, but Mercury is starting to move. Rose, oh yes, rose essential oil, how could I forget? Rose essential oil is great for the heart chakra as well, and that actually, it's funny, that's my personal perfume that I wear. I wear rose essential oils because I'm always working with the heart. I feel I have my own personal heart arrhythmia, and so I work a lot with the heart chakra, like lining it up and kind of doing that whole thing. So rose essential oil is great too. Geranium, if anybody can think of anything else or what they like to do. Danielle said gently tapping the fingers on the heart space for 1 to 2 minutes. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I like to do also Reiki to my heart too, sending that space. And by the way, we always think about chakras like pertaining to the front of us, but how about back, behind us in our upper back? Like if you kind of go around the back and the side here, that's also the heart chakra too. So if you have any kind of sort of upper thoracic kind of pain in your spine, or like shoulder blades, in between those shoulder blades, that's the heart chakra as well, because it goes in the front and the back. So that whole area, and think about lungs too, because heart and lungs, they're BFFs. So if you have any kind of thing there, you want to make sure that Monica said the same thing. Yeah, just kind of striking the sternum gently. Let's see, green space and meditating, Tina said, sitting outside. All that stuff is good. Playing with your pets, playing with your children, watering your plants, and connecting to that green energy, okay? All of that stuff is great. I have a wonderful stone that I like also for the heart chakra. It's pretty intense, but it's malachite. If any of you can see malachite there, and that's heart chakra stone. This is a really kind of unusual piece of unpolished malachite, and I don't know if you guys can see here, it sort of has the bands. There we go, has the bands of green and all that. That's actually created by copper. It's formed by lava, and it's melted copper, which actually kind of creates that green stripe and everything. It's just gorgeous. So all of that stuff is good. Yeah, heart, lungs, and even connecting to the throat chakra, Danielle, was talking about. I often do that when I'm doing meditation with people. I'm always talking to them about how do you connect your heart to your throat chakra. Throat is blue, by the way. If you connect your heart to throat chakra, I always put this in front of me because I'm communicating and connecting with you guys. So this is helping me to be able to connect my throat chakra, so I can be able to orate and speak, okay, from my heart. So if you have anything to say from your heart, you want to connect these two chakras. There is said to be a minor chakra in the middle there, and they all connect up, and so that you can speak from your heart and be able to share your feelings, because feelings is the new moon. That's what this is all about. So this is the time that we want to write our new moon manifestation list. Okay, so I don't know if you guys want me to review that very quickly, but you're going to write out your list. Leave the how off of the list. And I always start my list with thank you, angel, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, whoever it is you pray to, God, Buddha, whoever, Allah, doesn't matter. And you want to say thank you for helping me to get such and such things from the last time. Okay, if they haven't come yet, that's okay. They're on their way. And then if you haven't come yet, you can rewrite it on your list. You can add it again to your list. And then put down whatever it is you would like to manifest. It can be a simple list. It can be a very complex list. I tend to put more effort and energy into the new moon manifestation list than I do the release list, because I'm releasing something. I'm just letting it go, and that's the full moon. But the new moon list, I'm always like putting stuff on there, and I often will write some pages. Now, The height of the new moon, so if you want to really maximize and get right in there on the height of the new moon, is Tuesday night, 10:42 p.m. Eastern time, 7:42 if you're on the West Coast. So you really want to write down like around that new moon time. Don't worry, like if you miss it and you want to do it the next day, or if you can only do it a bit earlier, the key is to do it, and to do it as close to that time. So if it's a day before, a day after, don't worry. But if you totally miss the window, okay, within like I'd say 24-hour period of time, if you totally miss the window, the second chance new moon is going to be on the following Tuesday, and that's going to be on the first quarter lunar cycle, and that's going to be on the 25th in Sagittarius. But it's a very different energy, and it won't be as powerful, okay, just to let you know. So in this new moon, we have a lot of additional energies, like I said, with Mercury, but we also have Venus forming a sextile with Uranus. Venus is all about love, and Uranus is all about something that's quirky, unique, different, unusual. There might be like a little like stuff happening in our love lives around tomorrow that might be a little bit quirky, different, unique, or kind of even odd sometimes. That's Venus sextile Uranus tends to be that way. Venus is now in the sign of Cancer, and Uranus is in Taurus. So a couple people on here are Cancers and Tauruses. So yeah, you're going to be feeling that as well. So it's like I feel like we're adding half the zodiac here in this new moon. So in other words, everybody feels these new moons. It just depends on where in your astrological chart 26 degrees Leo is, and that'll really tell you more about how you'll be feeling this. But it doesn't matter. We'll all be feeling that collective energy of the heart, of play, of connecting with children, pets that we love as children, plants, okay, any kind of thing that makes us happy, makes us love, and connecting to that love and how we entertain ourselves. Leo's section of the chart is the 5th house, and the 5th house is the house of entertainment. So it's kind of like how you take yourself, like how you entertain yourself. I mean, it depends on what sign you have in the 5th house. Okay, so some people have like Capricorn in the 5th house, and they might read a how-to book for entertainment. That might be like a Capricornian 5th house kind of thing, where Sagittarius, I have Sagittarius in the 5th house, so I like to play, I like to adventure, travel, do Sagittarian things, just kind of have a lot of fun with Sagittarius. That's my 5th house. So 5th house is your house of fun, and that's the house that actually is the Leo section of your chart. So if anybody ever wants to dive into that deeper, I'm more than happy to help y'all. Okay, so we have that Leo, the lion energy, and then the very next day, oh, I forgot, I got off on a tangent there. You do want to take your new moon manifestation list, and then you want to fold it up, put it under your pillow, and then in 2 weeks on the full moon, you're going to burn or destroy the list. So the full moon is going to be on Wednesday on September 2nd, and that's going to be the full corn moon in Pisces. Okay, so that'll be a big Pisces moon if anybody has Pisces in their chart. I saw a few people here have Pisces. Maggie Davis said, double Virgo. Well, your Virgo season is about to come up. And Danielle said, how do I find my houses? Well, if you've ever seen an astrological chart, all those pie slices that are on the chart are basically houses. They're all numbered, and then you just kind of look to see what the 5th house is, and that'll show you how. Of course, you can call me for an astrological reading as well, and that is fun too. Okay, so we're all of a sudden, after we get out of all this big fire energy, we're switching gears, and we're kind of switching gears quickly. So on the next day, on the 19th, Wednesday, Mercury is moving into Virgo, and then on Saturday the 22nd, the Sun moves into Virgo. So then we're just going to be Mercury and the Sun are both kind of moving together. Now, what happened on Monday, on today, is basically referred to as a new Mercury. So we're having simultaneously a new moon and a new Mercury all at one time. And the reason for that is Mercury is going to now is conjunct the Sun today, but then is overtaking the Sun, and now Mercury is moving faster than the Sun, okay, and that's basically what happens. So every time Mercury goes retrograde, okay, what happens is it's fast, and then it goes retrograde, and then it hits the Sun, and then it goes backwards, okay, behind the sun. And then after it stops going retrograde, it starts to speed up again because Mercury does move faster. And then it overtakes the sun, and that day on that time is called a new Mercury. And today was the new Mercury, and tomorrow's the new moon. So we have that double kind of flavor going on. So that's why it's moving into Virgo quicker than the sun moves into Virgo. So tomorrow, Mercury moves into Virgo on the 19th, and then on Saturday, the sun moves into Virgo. So I hope that explains a little bit about how Mercury is kind of moves and operates. So we're going to be thinking and talking and communicating like a Virgo, and then the totality of Virgo is going to be happening, and that's going to be a fun thing. So Virgo's an earth sign, and it's also a mutable sign. Mutable means kind of go with the flow, where Leo is fixed. Fixed, okay, just like the other fixed signs. Fixed means stubborn, just to let you know, it's a fixed. Mutable means go with the flow, okay, and bendy and stretchy and all of that stuff. So Virgo, if you have any Virgo in your chart, it's good to have a blend of these things. I find that people that have all one modality, so it's cardinal, fixed, and mutable, people who have all one type of thing are like, need more balance in their lives, where people who have a good mixture of things in their chart, then it means that they're a little bit more well balanced. They can bend, being mutable, or cardinal means self-starting and being a boss. So those are the three modalities. So we're getting into Virgo season. Virgo is a little bit more bendy and a little bit more stretchy and a little bit more flexible, a little bit. Virgo is a very different sign, and it's all about being grounded into that earth. And now we're going to be learning discernment, okay? Where Leo, we were learning to connect to our hearts and our passions and our creativity and believing in ourselves and having the heart of a lion, you know, I mean, that's that Leo season. Now we're switching into the season of discernment, and we need some discernment, okay? So, you know, I find that people with a lot of Virgo in their chart, okay, tend to be very picky about their partners, their romantic partners, or what they're going to have for dinner, or how they have their house decorated. They tend to be very picky and discerning. I mean, it tends to be a thing. Martha Stewart has some Virgo in her chart. She's a Leo. Martha's a Leo, but she's got heavy Virgo in her chart. So you can tell because she's very discerning about certain ways and certain things. And, you know, Martha Stewart, she can be real picky about certain things. And so that's basically where we go with Virgo season. And so we need some discernment. Now, we need to not also be too picky or overly picky, like that can get out of control, right? So and I see a lot of Virgos procrastinate. It's kind of funny. A lot of people don't talk about this, but Virgos are big time procrastinators that I've seen because oh my gosh, they're always like sort of picking things apart, and if it's not perfect, why bother doing it? So people with Virgo, especially if you have your sun, moon, rising sign in Virgo, you'll be feeling this even more strongly, and you'll be starting to connect with Virgo. Now, of course, it's also good to know where Virgo falls within your astrological chart, like what house it's in, to know how Virgo affects you on a personal level. But so Virgo is a fun season. It's definitely like bringing us more down to earth, like where Leo can be a little impractical at times. Leo's very like big spender, likes to have like extravagance. Like Virgo is not about that. In fact, a lot of Virgos I know hand make gifts for people, or bake cookies, or they tend to be crafty, or they tend to be people who really value like putting in a little bit of like, you know, ingenuity into their gifts. They like to give a lot of handmade gifts, is a Virgo thing. Also craft, like I said, crafting and making things is a Virgo thing. Recycle, reusing, repurposing is definitely a Virgo thing. So that tends to be a little bit more of that Virgo type energy. And also Virgo, especially now that we're in COVID season, I guess all 2020 is COVID season. I don't know. I just coined that. It's health. And it is said in astrology that the best healers are Virgos and also Scorpios. I don't know if anybody knew that, but that's kind of a thing. Pisces, I see too, tends to be a quite healing sign. So it's said in your healthcare, if you have a doctor, it's a Virgo, that's supposed to be like a good thing. And so it depends on, obviously the person, but a lot of Virgos are into like herbal remedies and, just taking care of themselves. I mean, a lot of Virgos I know are very health conscious people, very, very health conscious. So that tends to be a thing too. So I have a lot of people that said, Lisa said, why things stop feeling impossible today? Yes, that's basically the deal. Jackie said, Virgo here. Mike Albee, hey, welcome. Ashley Jean, oh my gosh, Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Virgo. Yes, you have a lot of Virgo. That's a lot of Virgo in the second house. Second house is the house of money, Ashley Jean. So you're discerning about how you spend your money. So, take that lens of discernment and pickiness and being detail oriented, and then find the house, and that's how you do that particular thing. So how you do money is picky, particular. By the way, that's Virgo's my second house also. So, and it's funny, Ashley Jean, I am not a big spender at all. I hardly even spend my money at all. I'm like one of those people. I'm a little frugal. Okay, I just say that out loud. But there's two things I spend my money on freely, and one is food, organic food, supplements, taking care of myself. So I just said health, Virgo's health. And then the other thing that I spend my money on is medical stuff. Like if I need a chiropractic appointment, or if I need a massage, or if I need something to help my physical body, then I spend my money on that. But other than that, I really don't spend my money. I'm very frugal and very discerning. In particular, Ashley Jean, that's a marker of somebody who researches purchases before you buy them, because Virgo tends to be like researching like all kinds of stuff before you buy that like thing, so we're getting more, see how that's like a little bit more condensed, where Leo the lion is just like, who cares, let's just do it, Virgo's more discerning. So we're getting into Virgo season this week as well. Officially it starts on Saturday, but we get a little preview with Mercury starting on Wednesday of Virgo season. And so we're just moving into that Virgo time. Now I'm going to just jump ahead just a little bit to next Monday. So remember last Thursday on August 13th, we had Mars forming a square with Pluto. Now on Monday, the 24th, Mars is forming a square with Saturn. And so, Mars square Saturn is all about blockages, obstacles, delays, again, on next Monday. So we have a little ways to go, but as we get closer to next Monday, on August 24th, we will be feeling that Mars square Saturn thing. And it's really a strange feeling. I don't like it when Mars and Saturn come together. It's a strange feeling, because Mars is the engine and it's the accelerator pedal, and Saturn is the brakes. So if you ever push the accelerator and the brakes at the same time in your car, I mean, you're going nowhere fast, right? It's like spinning wheels, and then that's it. So the key with the energy is to slow down that Mars stuff, because Mars wants to move quick, let's go. And Saturn's like, let's think this over. Let's double check all of our facts. Let's slow down. So that's a thing. So I just want to give you guys the heads up that that's next Monday, and we are most likely to hear a lot more political stuff next Monday, Sunday, Monday on the news. In fact, the stock market might even take a little hit on Monday, Tuesday. Might be very volatile. There might be a news that is announcing some kind of a thing that makes the stock market dip down. So just to let you guys know that might be coming. Now, I don't know. I did predict that, I'm going to say this again, that on August 22nd, there was going to be a very big announcement about an advance with COVID, a vaccine or some sort of thing. So we'll have to see, because astrology wise, there's nothing there, but I had an intuitive hit that we were going to be receiving big news on August 22nd. So that's Saturday, and I don't know. I guess the news runs on the weekend as well, but that's the thing. I just kind of am putting that out there. So I'm going to do cards, and I'm going to pull a card Everybody always asks me, so I'll just let you know. This is the Doreen Virtues Fairy deck. Okay, Oracle cards. And so I'm going to pull a collective card for everybody. And if anybody has any questions, I'll answer just one or two or three. That's it. But you better type it now, posting below. And so I'm going to pull a card for everybody, a collective card that just is one card for the energy that you guys need to know. What do you guys need to know for this coming week in astrology in your week? And just pulling a card for you, for all y'all. And if anybody has questions, please type it now. Okay, so I'm going to pull one collective card for everybody. What does everybody need to know about their week coming up? Woo, this is good. Honoring your true feelings. I apologize, I have bad allergies tonight. Honoring your true feelings, okay? And that's the fairy card. She can kind of see she's sitting there like kind of contemplating life here. Honoring your true feelings about things, you know, we were just talking about connecting with your heart, connecting with your authenticity, connecting with, you know, that true, like what's really in your heart? What do you really feel deep in your heart? And that's a thing, you know. You know, there's that saying, follow your heart, you know, and so a lot of times we don't do that. We follow kind of what's up here, and sometimes we don't follow our heart. We overthink things or we analyze things, that we need to connect to our heart. So how do you feel about the things that you're going to be encountering this week? And the key is to remaining authentic and really authentically connecting to yourself and your heart. So I hope that helps. Okay, so Naomi, would you be willing to pull? For sure, Naomi, I'll pull a card for you. What does Naomi need to know? How's your friend with the baby, by the way? I was wondering. I had her in my thoughts. So how's your friend with the baby, Naomi? Okay, so I'm gonna pull. What does Naomi need to know about herself, her life? Oh, stand your ground. So Naomi, this means that, you know, whatever it is that you were asking the question, okay, pertaining to, this means you have to kind of, you know, sometimes we have, you know, you have to bend and flex and be, you know, honoring other people's feelings and all that. This is not saying that. This is saying stand your ground, which means that, you know, you might have very good bias or very good, like, opinion about something, or very good understanding of a thing, and you need to stand your ground, like stay put, do what you're doing, because whatever it is you're doing, the angels are feeling, okay, definitely that you're on the right track with that, okay, especially in love relationships, but it can be with coworkers, it can be with whatever, you know, sometimes we have to just stick to our guns with things, and that's basically what that card is saying, Naomi. You're being supported, stand your ground, and I'm getting that you just need to have patience as well. That you're going to be needing patience. Okay, so let's see. She's good at that, Sarah said. That's good. Oh, good. She's your friend's baby's doing well. That's awesome, and everything was, I'm assuming, good with the birth. That's good. Okay, let's see. Lisa, curious about your application to Canada, Lisa. Yay! Woo, everything is just jammed up. Honor your feelings. That doesn't really say, like, that you're getting in, does it? Let's see. Let's see, girl. Honor your true feelings and rise above problems. I feel like just like everything's jammed up. That's kind of what I feel like, everything's jammed up. But I do feel like you're going to be hearing, I feel like it might be September, but I feel like you are going to be hearing about Canada and about your application and all that, but it just feels like everything's sort of jammed up right now. So the other card I got was rise above problems. Okay, because sometimes we just get so bogged down, you know, by problems, by life circumstances, all of that. Yeah, it's big delay. I'm getting something on September 20th, but I don't even know if it's like a yes. It might even just be like them getting back to you then. Like, it just feels like it's a process. Like, what I'm seeing is like, almost like it's like grinding to a halt. And I just feel like it's just frustrating. So rise above, you know, also when people get this card, rise above problems, like it's kind of like all this like earthly stuff, which is really annoying and feels like it's affecting everything, and it's frustrating, and it's all that. All of this is like one big illusion anyway, like in a way. Not to say that your problems are an illusion, but it's like time is an illusion sometimes, and all of that. So it just means whatever we're meant to do, we're just meant to kind of sit in it. That's just how 2020 has been. Like, a lot of it's just been sitting in things, and being frustrated, but then, whatever. I hope that helps. So I hope that helps that you are where you're supposed to be, but everybody's delayed. Like, in everybody's readings that I'm doing, the stuff that I was talking about, like for example, last year when I was doing readings for people with children that were gonna like apply to college, I was getting a lot of no's. I was like telling people, no, I don't know if they get in. I don't know what's happening. I don't see this. I don't see, and people were like, what do you mean my child gets straight A's? Why would you say that? And now it comes out, well, the reason why I'm not seeing people getting into school is because school's canceled. or it's in a weird way, like where we're working like from a computer remotely, so it's like school was really messed up in a lot of people's readings last year, and now I know why. Like, I was like, this is weird. Like, I was starting to kind of wonder, like, what is going on here? But now I'm realizing. So all of our delays, everybody's got sort of delays like showing up in their charts and different things. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like we're all kind of waiting. So I hope that helps. Okay. It's something that, that we're all dealing with. Great reminder, have patience. Good. Jackie said, regarding new housing situations, should I focus on co-housing or find my own space? I will do a card for you, Jackie. And then that is it for tonight. Let me just see, Jackie, what do you need to know about, should you do co-housing or just a singular? I actually feel, first of all, great card, positive expectations, which is great. I'm going to just tap in, Jackie. I am seeing you, I'm getting the number 3. So I don't know if you're possibly sharing a house with 3 people, or what the deal is with 3. But I actually do feel like there is like a co-housing situation that would be good for you. Or if it's like 3 of you are sharing a home or something. It doesn't feel like 2, it feels like 3. So I don't know. I feel like there's more than one potentially going to be that you would be potentially joining. I do think it would be good. It has positive and negatives. I mean, everything right now has positive and negatives. I mean, I do think the people that you live with, the big thing I'm wondering about is like, is everybody going to be careful if you're going to live with them? So let's look at that, because it's COVID right now. And that's a lot. So, oops. I have cards that are flipping around here. Let's see. If you live with these other people, will that be safe? Oh. And then if you live by yourself, will that... Okay, this is very clear. Living by yourself, peace of mind. Living with other people, trust your intuition. So Jackie, if you've had an intuitive feeling, like I do feel like you have this opportunity with the 3 people, or like whatever this number 3 is. Okay, but I get a little like, I don't like... Is that a lot to control or to feel safe? Like, I just don't know. Like, that's another, a lot of people are, I just read an article today, like a lot of people are catching COVID at home. Not that Vermont has a big problem with COVID right now, but I mean, still, we want to be careful. Where people are living with other people and they're catching it from their teenagers or their husbands or their wives or whoever, they're catching it in their own home. And that's how it's spreading the most. So I don't know, Jackie, like I get a better card, and with you living by yourself, peace of mind. Look at her. She's so confident. You know, you can do that. I think you can totally do that. So I hope that helps, Jackie. You didn't say anything more about that. So I hope that that helps. So let me know. Oh, I just saw this. Hold on. Oh, Sheila. All right, I'm going to do one card for you, Sheila, because that's a really heavy thing. Okay, your sister's husband died suddenly and unexpectedly. How best to support her next steps. I'm so sorry. I have to tell you, I get really short of breath. I don't know if it was a breath or a heart thing, but I am feeling a really feeling in the chest. Heaviness in the chest area, Sheila. So I don't know if it was a heart attack or if it had something to do with breathing, but I have to tell you, I want to take a deep breath. Like I want to like open up my lungs and take a deep breath. So I don't know what this was, how he had passed away, but it feels like there was like a feeling in the chest. So I don't know if you're still on, Sheila. Just go ahead and type below. But yes, I mean, he's going to be watching over her. I do feel like it was, heart failure. Okay, so heart failure, usually congestive heart failure is because the lungs fill up and you can't breathe. But it's like really heavy and so tight in that chest area. So I do feel like he is out of pain. He's no longer suffering, okay? And it feels like it was really hard for him at the end there. I mean, because I just want to take this deep breath and okay, see, I had also respiratory issues. Yeah, I mean, so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And he's also talking about, I almost feel like a number two, if there's two children that also your sister maybe has, or that he's leaving behind if they're associated with him. But it's really a heartbreaking situation because it feels like it was too soon. And I don't feel like he was 95 years old, you know, I feel like it was like too soon. Like a younger person to have that. But he is going to be around your sister, and that he is going to be part of her spirit team, part of her guardian angels, and he'll be helping her and also the children, the family. I do feel like he had like his will together and all of that. Oh, two, he's a twin. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, was he young? Because I feel like he was like, I'm 49 now, so I'm like, I think everybody's young, you know, if you're under, 60 or something, but I feel like he was younger, man. Like, I don't feel like he was 95, like I said. But I feel like he is out of pain, he's out of suffering, but he is around, okay? He is around your sister and coming around. She's just heavy in grief, like very, very heavy. Yeah, he's 64. Yeah, I'm so sorry, because I feel like 64 is young, like, I don't know, now that I'm getting older. I keep moving that age where I used to say that was old when I was little. Like if I was 12, I would say 64 is so old. And now I think, it's young, But yeah, he's goofy young. Yeah, I can feel that. He is young at heart. We were talking a lot about that heart stuff earlier tonight. But yes, I do feel him around your sister, and I feel like he comes and comforts her. He is around her a lot at night. I do feel her crying a lot, like she's hardly sleeping. I just feel like she's up all night, just heavy in grief. So I feel him behind her, like soothing her. But yeah, just be there for her, and ask her if she needs anything, ask her if she's okay and how she's feeling, like ask her to talk about things. It's interesting because a lot of times when people are in grief, we want to like cheer them up. So it's like we don't want them to talk about their grief or think that we're upsetting them, but that's kind of what needs to happen. And like people need to talk about things and just ask her if she's okay. That's the best way to support her. She's a little stubborn, I'm just gonna say, your sister. She feels a little bit like she's like, I'm fine, everything's good, I'm good. Like she feels a little stubborn and a little independent. So he's laughing, by the way, because he liked that about her, even though it drove him nuts. He liked that about her. But I almost feel like you should just take her some food and help her out, and just whatever it is you can do to be there for her, because she tends to say no, everything's good, but it's not really good, like, so I feel like she needs help. And I don't know, I keep feeling like there's children or somebody he left behind also, like just keep feeling, or maybe it's nephews or nieces or something, but I just feel like he has concern for these other people as well. So just know that he's around and he's helping everybody, and he's trying to, maybe it's his brother's children or something, I don't know, but there's something with children with him that he's talking about. But yeah, I hope that helps, and tell your sister, maybe you could even share this broadcast with her, and hopefully that would help. But I am so glad everybody joined. It's Monday night. Thank you all so much for joining me live. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm growing my YouTube channel, and it's really helpful if you do that. And if you like the video while you're watching it, that's even better. Yay, thumbs up. So if you guys are looking for a personalized astrological session, I am booking out a couple weeks now in advance, which is awesome. And I'm working on doing an online scheduling system. I'm sorry, stay tuned. I know people have been kind of like, what's going on? You're not getting back to me, but I promise you I will. I just haven't had any openings. That's kind of what the problem's been. So I love you all. Thank you so much for your support, for your love. I love you guys, and I am trying as best as I can to get to everybody, and thank you for your patience. And I'm so glad, go ahead and share this broadcast, because literally I'm doing this for free, and I'm just trying to help everybody because these are trying times. I started doing this at the beginning of COVID, and I'm doing this to help everybody. So thank you all for your love, your support. I love you guys. Take care. Much gratitude, and have a good night.